If you're a fan of RPGs, then this might be what you're looking for. From its expansive world to its handcrafted diorama style, this game is looking awesome, and it's nice to see a classic returning as well. Thanks to Square Enix, we were able to get hands-on in a preview event at their studios with Dragon Quest VII Reimagined to get a feel of what the game will be like. We got to play around an hour in 2 different areas, which allowed us to experience exploring, the combat, and a dungeon as well as parts of the story. So let's dive in, and you can let us know what you think of the game, especially with its unique art style. Are you liking it or not? Tell us below. We'll start with what the game is to get you up to date, and Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is an upcoming RPG based on the original Dragon Quest VII. The original Fragments of the Forgotten Past was released in Japan in the year 2000. In Japan, it's known as Dragon Quest VII Warriors of Eden. And well, Dragon Quest VII is one of the most beloved in the series. It's had a positive reception since its launch, and it's also had a remake for the 3DS, so people are eager to jump back in. But Square has also taken steps to make sure that this is welcoming to newcomers to the series as well. What's awesome about Reimagined is that really anyone can just jump in and enjoy it, even if you've not played any other entry in the series before. It's basically like a standalone story, and it doesn't connect with the other Dragon Quest games, so if you want to jump into the series but you're worried about feeling overwhelmed with all the other games that are out there, this is a fantastic one to test the waters with. Now, this has been reimagined. It's basically been adapted, so the core of the game and the story has been kept, but the game has been streamlined and condensed, so it's great for new and old players alike, especially those not wanting to pump in 100 hours into a game. If you are wondering when the game will be released, the release date is currently set for February 5th, 2026, so we really don't have long to wait, and it will be releasing on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 and PC, so there's definitely a platform for most people to pick here, which is great so it can reach a wider audience. Now, if you're wondering about the gameplay, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is a turn-based RPG, so fans of those classic RPG systems and newer players will find familiarity and comfort in how it actually plays. From what we've seen, there's some awesome new additions and changes that have been implemented to not only make the gameplay smoother, but there's also a lot of quality of life improvements that we'll get to later. The core mechanic of the game stems from the fact that you play as a young hero, though, with your childhood friends on a quest to collect the ancient stone tablets. Once these tablets are made whole, they'll open up different new and expansive locations to explore and discover, meaning there's going to be different new characters, enemies, and locales to unearth as you play through the game. On the topic of characters as well, one of the things that we loved in our hands-on time were the different characters. The cast were really fun and lively, and what sets this remake apart is that the characters are fully voiced, which we love. The side characters in the game also have voices, and what we found really cool is that there were varying regional accents, so the storytelling seemed more alive.
Everyone, please! You've got to listen to me. I've had a vision in me crystal ball.
Now, honestly, we really love turn-based combat in games, and the combat system this time around has had some real nice quality of life additions, which makes battling just more fun. One of the key additions to the game that we found really unique was a new mechanic called moonlighting. This allows a character to equip up to 2 vocations assigned at the same time, so you can switch between both a martial artist and a warrior, meaning there are many different combinations to explore and try out depending on what you want to do with your character's playstyles. To be honest, this moonlighting system will be great for those that want to try out different vocations without having to actually sacrifice the stats that you gain from your main one while you level up the secondary one. And during battles, if you're ever in a pinch, you can always choose Let Loose, which is a new mechanic that grants each character a special move when they get worked up during battle. These can be more powerful attacks or added buffs depending on the character, and it was pretty cool to see. Battles can also be sped up, and there is an auto battle feature, and enemies can now be seen out in the open, so you can even defeat them before entering an actual battle, which does speed up leveling and exploring quite a bit. The new UI in the game is also very crisp and clear, and will definitely appeal to a lot of players as it just looks very clean and modern. Now, your journey starts on Estard Island, and you and your childhood friends will discover ancient tablets that allow you to explore different areas in the past. Adventuring and exploring is definitely at the very heart of this game. and the world as a whole seems to be quite expansive, and there does seem to be a lot of variety in the different areas, characters, and bosses. On top of that, you are guided by a very clear and vibrant map, and we found traveling around to be really easy, and with the diorama style entrances to buildings that were marked on the map too, we just thought it was a really cool system. The graphics are also really unique and fun. It was one of the things we were really excited to see. The original visuals were by the manga artist Akira Toriyama, and now it's got a handcrafted diorama style, which is really unique and quite quirky. This really does set it apart from other games though, as the style also seems to have vibrant colors that really stand out, and it just really draws you in. On top of that, there were real-life dolls that were created for the main characters, which were then scanned in, and Square Enix actually had these on display at the Tokyo Games Show. If you attended and saw them, then you could see the details and the craft that they really put into each of these models. Plus, we can't forget about the music. To be honest, the music sounds like a full-on film score and was really enjoyable throughout our whole time hands-on. Overall, we were really impressed with the sections that we got to play. The visuals were awesome, the diorama style was really fun and unique, and it was great listening to the different dialogue and just exploring in general. Plus, with it being a standalone story, it's just a great time for new or old players alike, and if you haven't played one, then Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is honestly a great time to jump into the series. We found it really easy to get going into the game. We played around an hour in those two different sections, including a dungeon, and although it does feed our nostalgia, we did also find it quite fresh and unique. The battles were really fun, especially when using the new Let Loose skills, which often helped us turn the tides even when things were going a bit ropey. So this was just a little look at Dragon Quest VII Reimagined and our first impressions following our preview session. But do tell us in the comments, what did you think of this, and did you also play the original? Or which other Dragon Quest games have you played and are your favorite? A quick like below is a great way to help us out, and make sure you're subscribed for more videos on your favorite games coming very soon. Here at Arix Gaming, we're two friends who love to play games. You have me, Paradise, as well as 26.
Our goal is to keep the videos as concise as possible by cutting out any of the fluff and focusing on what really matters with high quality videos.
So make sure you're subscribed down below for more videos on your favorite games coming very soon.